The more hits we play, the more hits we get. URLradio.net. This is Nicole Morrison-Mathern, and you are listening to The Good to Know Show. Today in the studio with me is Erin Pringle, like the chips without an S.
Yep, hi.
And Jen Weisgerber.
Hello.
And they are both board members of Dakota OutRight, as well as the co-chairs of this year's Pride celebration that's happening the first weekend in August.
Yes.
Also in the studio with us is Ellie Brooks, our sound specialist.
Woohoo!
Yes.
All right, ladies, tell us a little bit about Dakota OutRight.
Sure. We're a volunteer nonprofit organization who works to serve Central and Western North Dakota. And part of what we do is really try to increase visibility of the LGBTQ community. And we do that through a few different ways, through outreach, providing resources and information. And we're also moving more into advocating for equality. And one of our big goals is to really create safe spaces for connection, support, and celebration.
Okay, and I'm going to back you up just a little bit. For some of our listeners, maybe we need to say what LGBTQ is.
Sure. Okay. LGBTQ is kind of an umbrella term that stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, which is an umbrella term for the transgender community, and also Q, which can be queer, used to be known as questioning. So it's kind of a variety of terms.
And then you mentioned safe space, so I want to just expand a little bit on what that is.
Sure. A safe space, we would really define that as a place, whether it's social, public, or anywhere where people of any orientation or identity can feel comfortable and like their true selves, and that they can interact with anyone in a safe manner.
Wonderful. Anything to add to that, Miss Erin?
No, Jen is great at explaining it. Thank you.
Okay, so we got what Dakota OutRight is. What do you guys do? And you talked about it. You create safe space. You work in the central, western North Dakota. What are some other things that you guys do?
We're probably best known for our drag shows, which are a really good time.
Can you that's a sound effect for that, please.
Yeah, drag show sound effect.
Sorry.
That's pretty good.
That was awesome.
Yeah, so, drag shows are really a cornerstone of the gay community, kind of a celebration. And we've really seen attendance grow at those events throughout the years. We have hundreds of people show up for those. And this year, yeah, it's still a part of our Pride lineup, but
yeah, it's definitely standing room only, almost every show.
Yes, it's really a great time. And, there's people from all walks of life there. You don't have to be LGBTQ to attend. Other work that we do, we are a Q-Reach grantee, and that comes from the P Fund organization. And that's
we're throwing a lot of little, letter words out there. So let's back up on what those are.
Sure. P Fund is a Midwestern grant-making organization. They're a philanthropic organization. And so they do a lot of work to help support organizations like Dakota OutRight, who are trying to expand the work that we're doing.
Okay, very cool. Continue.
And recently, as a part of that outreach work, we held an LGBTQ listening session at the library in Bismarck. And so we talked a lot about what makes up quality of life and how are LGBTQ people affected by a lack of quality of life in the community.
Great. And what kind of, do you have a lot of, at that event, was it just kind of an open forum, or did you have speakers there too? I wasn't able to make it, so I'm not sure how the evening went, but.
We had about 20-some people show
Awesome.
up, which we felt was really great. And we actually had some facilitators from PFUN. They came to do a site visit, and they kind of did a whirlwind tour of the Midwestern states. And so it was really great to have them with us to kind of help the audience kind of explore some of these questions. And it was really casual, but we got a lot of good information, and we're actually going to be holding more of those listening sessions in the future.
Okay. And we're going to talk later on where you can find out more about Dakota OutRight and Pride and these kind of events. So we'll hit that at the end. Well, let's just throw it out now, too. You can never say it enough. What's your guys' website and Facebook?
It's dakotaoutright.org, and you can just find us on Facebook/Dakota OutRight.
All right. Cool. We'll say it again at the end, but that's how you're going to find these guys. All right. Why do you guys do it? Why is there Dakota OutRight? Why do we need Dakota OutRight in North Dakota? It's a great state to be out.
Right. I think that's just it. You kind of nailed it. It's really difficult to be out here. And, just people, we heard in our listening session how difficult it is for just people to be themselves at work and to be out and to be open with their family and friends and the people that they interact with on a day-to-day basis. So I think it's really important that we're stepping up and providing those safe spaces for people that might not have them somewhere else. So if you have anything else to add.
Yeah, also I think, in Bismarck, Mandan, and North Dakota in general, it's kind of this interdependent thing that we need more people to come out so that more people feel safe coming out, but you need to have a safe environment to where people can come out and not have to worry about basic things like their employment, housing, all kinds of things like that. So
I would say a lot of the things that other people would take for granted that you just don't really have. So, yeah.
One other aspect is that it's a little challenging to kind of stay connected with the LGBTQ community. Like, we know that within the community it's very divided, and so this organization also acts as a safe space where people can come together and connect and do the work and socialize. I mean, there's a lot of aspects to it.
And you've done some safe space programs in the schools too, right?
We're starting more into that. I know they did some on the college level, but I think it's really important for us to start looking in that high school level, because there's a lot of young LGBTQ kids who really don't have anyone to talk to or have to live their lives kind of acting one way and not true to themselves. And so we want people to be able to be themselves earlier on in their lives.
I know that I went to a Dakota OutRight meeting a couple years ago, and there was a survey that was done across the state on high school students, and the statistics were very, very sad. They're very, very scary on the number of high school students who were LGBTQ that had thought about suicide, the bullying rates, all that kind of stuff is just I couldn't believe it. And so, yeah, there's definitely needs to be more things done on starting even a grade school level on awareness and openness and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely in the schools. And the work that's a little bit harder to do is that social change work. Like, how do we address those myths and misconceptions about being gay or what that means, or being trans and what that means for someone and everyone around them. So there's a lot of work to do on many levels, from the real concrete stuff that we can do, like safe spaces in high schools, but also just this general awareness work and being seen and increasing visibility is important for us.
Absolutely.
All right. And how can people get involved? Can people get involved with Dakota OutRight?
I would say yes, absolutely. We're always looking for volunteers. We're also looking for people to be a part of our activities. We are going to have 2 open board positions, so having people join our board that are active, willing to give, and just really interested in participating and being a part of this awesome rebirth, I guess, of our organization. Because we have a new mission, we have a new vision, a strategic plan in place. So it's kind of an exciting time to be a part of our organization because it's got a lot of potential for growth. And so we're looking for people that want to be a part of that in whatever form that takes. If they want to, help us with money, that's always great. But the people power is really important as well. And so if we can bring those people in that have a passion and have some time to give, we're happy to have them.
Okay. On a board member level, what kind of commitment are you looking at? When are your meetings? What would you expect from a board member?
The baseline commitment is really, we have our regular meetings are every 3rd Wednesday. And then we also, due to this strategic plan, we have a lot more work that we see that we need to be doing. So there'll be committee meetings, that are kind of separate outside of that regular meeting. But the basic commitment is just one night a month.
Okay. And then from there, if somebody doesn't want to be a board member, they can still help out, whether it's tickets at the drag show or just come to a meeting as they can to be a voice in the community, just kind of an idea generator, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, our meetings are always open to the public. You don't have to be a part of the board to be there. We're always excited when people show up and want to talk to us about whether they have an idea for an event or just want to help. In the same way, we would never turn a volunteer away. A really great way to contact us for that is through our Facebook page. But actually, if you're interested in being a board member, we just need a resume and a letter of interest, and then we're actually taking those applications right now, and probably within the next month or 2, we'll make some offers on that.
Okay, and do they email that to someone, or do they mail it? What should they do with their resume? Or
I would say email or send it via snail mail. I know you're not supposed to say snail mail, but our address is P.O. Box 3064. Bismarck, North Dakota, 58502. And if you want to email us, I think Jen is out.
Well, you can just email contact us at dakotaoutright.org, and that'll go to our president. So.
All right. We're going to end this segment with a little sound effect. Yay! All right. We'll be back right after these awesome songs right here on urlradio.net. The more hits we play, the more hits we get. URLradio.net. This is Nicole, and we are back with Erin and Jen and Ellie and the Good to Know Show. And we are talking about Dakota OutRight's Pride that is coming up the first weekend in August. August 1st through the 3rd.
Yes.
So tell us, what's going on during Pride? Let's get a sound effect in first. Oh, no, I got her. She was supposed to be... Okay, first weekend in August, what's going on?
Yes, we actually have quite the full weekend of events. We're really trying to get a variety of things for people who are interested in different things. So it really all starts Friday night, August 1st. And that evening, we'll have a riverboat social cruise on the Lewis and Clark Riverboat. And it's going to be a really mellow, relaxed atmosphere where you can get to know people and check out some music. And we're also going to have the Gender Bend Project digital display there. And that's a photo project that was done to really talk about and comment on gender identity. And so we're excited to have them there. Seating is very limited for that event, so we encourage everyone to purchase their tickets now. And you can get those at capitalpride2014.eventbrite.com. And tickets for the riverboat are $30, and that includes appetizers and all of the fun stuff. And that one is a 21-plus event.
Okay. And then that Eventbrite site, is that on your Dakota OutRight site, too?
Yes.
So if they go to dakotaoutright.org.
I'm sorry. It's on our Facebook page and our regular website.
Okay,
And
cool.
you can purchase tickets and make a donation on that page.
Okay, very cool. All right, so we got the riverboat cruise on Friday, the 1st.
Yep, and then on Saturday we have in the morning our Pride in Custer Park. We've got around, I would say, over 15, closer to 20 vendors that are going to be there from all over, some health related, some kind of fun shopping vendors. So it'll be kind of fun, and that's going to be held at Custer Park, which is the park with the big eagle, and it's West Broadway Avenue in North Washington. That one is free, and it's for all ages. We're also planning to have some entertainment, games for kids, other games for maybe some adults, but family friendly, of course. So it should be a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, and then later that night, we will have our magical Pride drag show, the Dakota Divas in Drag.
And this is at a different venue than usual,
Yes, it
correct?
is. Don't go to the Ramada. It's at the one in Mandan, the old Mysteria Theater.
Okay.
So we're really excited to be in that space, and we will have our favorite MC, Janessa J. Champagne, back. So we're really excited for that. And that is 18 plus, and tickets are $15.
Okay. And those are on the Eventbrite page and everywhere else, too?
Yes.
Okay.
And again, Saturday, August 3rd is when we're having an interfaith service. That's going to be held at the Bismarck Mandan Unitarian Church, and that's on it's at 818 East Divide Avenue in Bismarck. So we're going to have a speaker. I don't know who yet. We're working on it.
Okay.
But just going to be a place for people of all faiths to come together and share some time together. And then after that, we're going to be having a Capital Pride picnic, and that will be held at the Sertoma Park Shelter 11. That will be nice to have some fresh air after the service, and then kind of have that space to interact with each other and build some fellowship there.
Okay. And so, Friday night's riverboat cruise. Saturday is the vendors in the park, and Saturday night is the drag show. Sunday is an interfaith service and a picnic.
Yes.
All right. And all the information, where, when, who, how to get there is on dakotaoutright.org and on their Facebook page. And that'll take you to their Eventbrite page. And what was one of my questions? I can't remember one of my questions. But what else do you have to add about?
Well, we have a lot of really great sponsors this year, and
Yes.
we just wanted to mention our star sponsors, which include URL Radio, so thank you, and also Rasmussen College and the Bismarck Mandan Unitarian Universalist Congregation.
Rock
so we really
on.
appreciate their support. We couldn't do events like this without groups and businesses speaking up and being supportive.
Oh, and the other fun thing is that we're going to have some Pride merchandise, so that's kind of neat. I think this is the first year we're going to have it, so if you want a foxtail, a rainbow flag, we've got lots of stickers, magnets, boas. I mean, it's kind of nuts, so you definitely want to purchase some merch, and that all goes back, all of the funds for that go back to support Pride events, and then also some of the outreach that Dakota OutRight is doing. So all is going back to the organization to support what we do.
All right. We hit everything about Pride?
I think so.
August
think
1st,
so,
2nd,
yeah.
3rd in Bismarck. What are some other events? We've talked about drag shows. When's the next drag show after Pride?
You know, it's not going to be until this fall.
Okay.
They kind of take a hiatus over the summer, but I think it's around September that they come back. So
September and then November.
So make sure you come because this is the last one for a while. So.
Right. And ONE, is it a bigger venue? Are we going to be able to fit more people in there?
Yeah, I think it's up to 500.
Oh,
is that
right.
what you were told? Yeah. It should be nice for a change of pace, and I think it'll be nice to have our own space for the drag show, and we won't have to, be in a hotel that has all these other meeting rooms around
There's
there.
always an event going off across, and everybody's watching.
And everyone
what's
gets a
going
free
on.
show. So sorry, but come to the drag show.
There's usually some 80-year-old's birthday party right across the hall. So yeah, it's always fun.
But then the drag queens go over and they take pictures with everyone, and everything's
Oh
great,
yeah, they want in bad. I've seen their faces.
Everybody has a good time.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies, for coming in. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being a part of Dakota OutRight.
Thank you so much for having us.
We truly appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
Pride!
Do-do-do-do-do-do.